All right, so today talking about mules and books with characters where we would want to read where the plot does not matter. So what's going on, Average Joes? We're back for another booze and books, and today we're drinking mules and talking about books that have characters in them which we would want to read more of, and it doesn't matter what the plot is, or we like the books and the plot can be whatever the heck it wants to be, but we would still like it because of the characters. Now, to go over mules, a mule is just three simple ingredients. It is whatever liquor that you want to drink, and ginger beer and lime juice. Make sure it's an actual good ginger beer and some lime in it, and you drink it in these mule mugs.
Copper cups.
Yeah, ours are black, just different kind. You can get all different colors, but so the reason why, so a mules can be any kind of liquor, and it's either Moscow Mule is vodka, Tennessee Mule is whiskey, Mexican Mule is tequila, whatever it is. You just change the liquor, and that's kind of the tie-in because the character, I guess, in the drink is the ginger beer and lime, and then the plot is the liquor. So you can change whatever the heck liquor you want, and it's still going to be a mule, just like you can change whatever plot it is, and you can still have the good characters. You like that?
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, I'm awesome at this. So we're going to talk about some books that really just the characters. It's all about the characters for us. At least we really like the characters. It doesn't say that the books themselves are not great or the plots themselves aren't that great, but we would just be happy with any other kind of plot with whatever the characters might be doing. So I'm going to start, and it's going to start with one that we both read. And that's The Great Coats. And what's funny about this one is that arguably one of the books, book 3, is basically a side quest pointless plot to where you're just reading for the characters and the plot's just kind of there. It adds a little bit here and there, but book 3 is just kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It didn't need to be there, but it's fine. Anyway, Great Coats themselves are fantastic. They are a lot of fun. Cast Brasti and Falchio. I really enjoy them.
Yes, that was actually one on mine too, because the plot doesn't even matter. It's the camaraderie and the bickering and just the relationship that the characters have that makes you want to read the books even more.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was Sebastian de Castell's debut series, which is crazy. But he is continuing the Great Coats series, and it's going to be kind of in the future with some new characters. But there's going to have old tie-ins with the previous Great Coats. I don't know; those moments are going to be awesome. Throw your hands up, cheer moments. Where it's like, yeah, I know this person, and it's just because they're a lot of fun. So yeah, the Great Coats 100%. I think you can have the Great Coats do anything. Go on, go train horses or something, and I'd probably still read it and enjoy it.
His other series, Spellslinger, the YA version. I wouldn't say necessarily that the characters make the book or the books, but the characters in that are also pretty good. There's definitely the comic relief with the characters, and they're fun and interesting as well.
Nice.
So
I guess he just writes good characters.
yes, I think so. So my first one is going to be Stassi and Gage from the Time Wave series. It's kind of the same as the Great Coats. They're funny and their interactions are they're really good, and they stick together and they help each other out during tough times, and they make light of bad situations. And throughout all 3 books, it didn't really matter what was actually, the plot of the books are really good. Like, I really enjoy the plot of the books, but the characters, they really made the books as well. And so that was my first one on here.
The plots are steal something, basically, and it's the same premise, just different
and
settings.
It's time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember what was refreshing about that series is it is a male female protagonist, and they don't fall in love. They don't have an attraction. Exactly. They don't have the doughy eye toward each other.
And make fun of each other and give each other a hard time. It was a relief to have that kind of relationship in a book.
Yeah, very, very different. So
Yes.
take note for people writing stories. Next, I'm gonna go with Faithful and the Fallen, but specifically the ones in there. And this is kind of like, and I've actually proposed this to John Gwynn on Twitter, and he responded. But we just did like a one standalone after the events of Wrath, or no, not even after the events. It's any other time throughout the series, whatever. Another book that would be a separate story with just Dath, Farrell, and Camlin.
Oh yeah.
You're through Ruin,
Yeah.
but you know them. I don't need any more Corbin. He's
Played out.
he's vanilla. He's the I say he's the Captain America of the group. So which isn't
Absolutely.
which isn't interesting. It's good, but it's not that interesting. But Dath, Farrell, and Camlin are fantastic. They're always really great when they're on the page. And I would read just about any quest or thing that they have. They can go hunt down their demon people or whatever the heck you want them to do, and they are very enjoyable and fun. And like the fact when Dath, I can't talk that much, but like who he ends up with, and then Camlin, how he got into the situation that he is, where he's just a hunter, poacher, whatever, and he just kind of never thinks he should be there. Yeah, I know you've brought up Camlin a few times.
Yeah, he cracks me up. I really like his character. I also like Corlin, I think, or Carolyn. I really like her character as well. She's just a very strong female character, and she doesn't need a man. That's always in a book that's filled with so many people. That's always a relief to see.
Yeah, and that leads to some other funny moments with Dath and Farrell, because Farrell tries to get with her. That's why Farrell was hot on her.
Yes, like hardcore hot on her. Yeah,
that was good.
It was funny. I think my next one is Stevie Bell from Truly Devious. I like, it's hard to pull out a character from a mystery series.
So they're not the focal point.
Exactly, it's the mystery. But she is so clever and real, and she makes so many mistakes and then has to make up for them, and it just makes her character so real. And I really enjoyed reading about her. And like, the Truly Devious series is very good. The plot is very good, the mystery is very good, but she brings those books to life. So I think even if you were to throw her, like, I could imagine her in a fictional book and it would be probably hilarious.
I do remember really, really enjoying her because she wasn't the typical YA protagonist of this female girl who might have an attraction to a boy, and then that lets that cloud everything that she does, or has these secrets that she needs to keep. And just like whenever there's like these YA female protagonists, you're always in their head and they're thinking all these things, but they don't say all these things. She actually says all these things.
She's very
honest and open. Yes. And it's like, that's also super refreshing.
And even in the books, when she does have a love interest, like, how many times does she go back on her love interest because the mystery is more important to her, or what is happening in real life is more important to her? And that's priorities. It's awesome. It's really good to see.
Yeah. Next, I'm gonna go with Harry and Bob from Dresden Files. And although there's so many books in that, I don't know why you would need more, but like, say after this whole Dresden thing comes to a conclusion and he doesn't have all this crazy stuff happening to him, maybe him and Bob just want to retire, they can just do any kind of investigative, whatever the heck it is, and I would enjoy it. Harry and Bob together are awesome. Whenever Bob's on page, it's fantastic. I think the seventh or eighth book, there was an awesome interaction with him that I really, really enjoyed. I forgot which one that was. Was that Grave Peril? I think that was Grave. No, that's not Grave Peril. Not Proven Guilty. I can't describe it because spoilers, but yeah. Bob was a focal point in the story. You read it. Anyway, yeah, I think those two, just Harry and Bob investigations, Harry and Bob do whatever. I don't know. They could be like Ghostbusters.
I really enjoy Bob. He brings the comic relief to the series. I mean, Harry is funny in and of himself, but like, Bob is just so out in left field and random, and he speaks his mind, and his him always wanting to chase women is so funny. It's so funny.
His motivations are so self-centered, like just so on the surface simple. Hey, just let me go for 24 hours and I'm gonna go possess something, go to strip clubs and party.
Yeah.
That's all it wants to do.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
So I think those together, it could just be Harry and Bob Investigations.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That'd be funny. So my last one, I don't have as many as you do. So my last one is Vin and Kel from Mistborn. So I really, really enjoyed their characters. Again, it's where you have two main characters that don't fall in love. And they're both very strong characters, and I would read about them in any book. I think they're fantastic.
Who was that again? Oh yeah, Mistborn. So it's funny. So I was going to have this as, I just wrote down a whole bunch, and I was going to have this as like an honorable mention. But Era 2 Mistborn, one of the characters, Wayne, I absolutely love. He's hilarious. I think you'll like him too. Wayne, and there's another female character that he interacts with, especially in like the third book they team up with. And his interactions with all of them are hilarious and awesome. Wax is very dull and vanilla and kind of boring, so Wayne kind of drives that. But still, Wayne's interaction with each person is very unique, very crazy, very like bizarre. Wayne is a character, so I think you should read those because they are good. And yeah, I'm interested to, because it is divisive, I guess. Some people don't like Wayne; he annoys them. But I think our comedy style, Wayne would be Wayne is very enjoyable. Wax is just kind of, you know, there. Other ones I got Expanse. This wouldn't be all the characters. I mean, the crew is great, but Amos and Avasarala are the absolute best in the books, in the movies. They are the absolute best, and I think I would love to have more stories with them. Holden and Naomi are okay. They're kind of there. They're the hero protagonist. That's fine. Alex is pretty good at times too, but Amos and Avasarala for sure could have their own side quests. I think would be pretty funny. One that I think you could talk about, which I don't know if you saw before, but Rook, the main chick, Miffany.
Yes.
I would like more. I think in general, I just want more from the Rook universe, and I actually plan on filming a video soon about why you should read the Rook. But Miffany was very enjoyable. I think mostly because she had her memory wiped and she was trying to figure everything out, and that was very fun and clumsily enjoyable. She appears in the second book some too, and when those moments happened, it was great, and I enjoyed that. But I think more from Miffany and her role in the Rook Society, the Rook organization, or whatever the heck their organization is called. The Rook. So a lot of these books are fairly popular, but the Rook is very underrated and underknown, and it's kind of just like a standalone X-Men meets. I don't really know what else.
What is that? What is the movie with all of the weird, like the boy, and it reminds me of Rook.
Everybody has these random
Yeah.
crazy powers that just kind of randomly generate. And there's a secret society that, it's kind of like X-Men meets Men in Black. Like there's the secret government organization that nobody knows about, but it's on the government payroll. But this has to do with like monsters and people with abilities, and like there's a Dracula that you know about, and then there's other people with just ridiculous abilities, and that's kind of how it is. And she wakes up with no memory of who she is, but she has letters written by herself to herself. So that's just kind of a brief overview of the Rook, but it's very enjoyable, very funny. I enjoyed it a lot.
I thought it was a fantastic book. I really did enjoy those. I think so characters that I wish that I wanted to read more of, like for instance, the main characters in Harry Potter. I wish I wanted more of them, but at the end of the day, I feel like
it's the environment.
It is. It's the world. It's not so much the characters. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Harry, Hermione, and Ron. Like, Harry Potter is my all-time favorite series and probably will be for the rest of my life. But it's the world and all the other characters that come and go, and the camaraderie between everybody. So I don't think you can rebuild that into something else.
I also think it's hard to choose middle grade series as adults. like middle grade characters are always going to
Yeah.
kind of irk me at times. But
Their
then less about it.
priorities are
Yeah,
questionable at best.
yeah. So that's fine though. And the last one that I have on my list that you still need to read and pick up or at least start is Rhaenyra, whether Chronicles or Revelations. But Royce and Hadrian, they're fantastic, and it's even better that I've only read 4 of 10 books with therein, and there's even more coming. So I'm getting what I want from Royce and Hadrian. They're going to get into all kinds of stuff. So
There are very many characters that like I love so much that I just want to read in 1,000 other books.
yeah, it was kind of hard to think of some, but I think I'm more of the books that I've read are more plot heavy. Like you said, mysteries and thrillers are more character centric, but thrillers are just terrible characters.
Yeah, for a lot of them, yeah.
That I just end up hating by the end of the book.
The series I'm reading now, or the book that I'm reading now, I might, depending on how these characters go. I don't know. I'm already not liking some of them, so.
Battle in a Sense, I just read Books of Babel series, and apparently the main guy Tom is an awesome character that people end up loving at the end. Book 1, he's kind of meh. He's very, very naive, but he had a lot of growth in the first book. And the books in general, I mean, it's very atmospheric. The area, the tower that he's in is basically a character in itself. And my news is leaving.
Yeah, it is.
Might be time to go.
Oh, God, yeah, it is.
We'll do that then. All right, well, time to sign off. So what are some characters in books that you would love to just read upon again? It doesn't matter what the heck the plot is. Let me know down below. Maybe something that we need to miss or need to check out more of. But yeah, what are some characters? What are some books where the plot doesn't matter, but you would read it anyway?